Hello, beautiful ones. I had to come on and do a live with you right now before I go and have a rest. It's been a really big week. Um, I have to speak to you um, about this real illness, which, believe it or not, is called being positive. It is an illness. It's actually robbing you of your dream right now. This whole just being positive, thinking your way through it, thinking that if you just say the right things, if you just do these affirmations, if you just be a good person, be kind, it's just going to happen for you with love sooner or later. And it's not. Many of you know about the law of attraction, and you can use it in other areas of your life with maybe attracting in a cup of coffee, getting the best car spot. There are things that you know about yourself. You're like, I'm really good at that. I'm always the one that's going to go and get that locker at the gym. I just know it. Whatever it is, we've got a girl in Soul to Soul like that. She's like, I always get locker too. And it's just her thing. I have a friend who, when she moved to Manhattan, she's like, I always get the best deals when it comes to renting out a place. I get the best views, best deals. That's just me. But for all these people I'm talking about, when it comes to love, the law of the attraction, they feel like they just cannot get it to work for them. Is that how you're feeling right now? That you're positive and you're just doing the best that you can? Because this positivity is killing your dream. I wish someone had hit me over the head with a really heavy saucepan. Well, that would have hurt a lot, but I was going year after year, reaching for more affirmations, telling myself I'm a great person. I know this is going to sort itself out. I was reading The Secret, watching The Secret, like absorbing all this information, thinking I was doing all the right things. There was never, ever anything shifting when it came to my love life. Okay, this is so vital that you get this, because deep down, underneath that positivity, you are fucking furious that love never works out for you. Your little girl inside of you is so angry that men don't choose you, that you feel left behind while all your friends go and get busy in their relationships. You're not happy about it at all. You're really pissed off. You're really frustrated. You're exhausted from putting yourself out there on all of the apps. God, I know how that feels. I don't blame you for feeling all those things, but you're not allowing yourself to actually go there, to feel your pain, to feel what's at stake if you don't solve this. You're not willing to go there because you're so mired in all this false positivity. And that's the thing that's keeping you stuck, is you don't even know how to feel the depths of how you're feeling. You're too scared to, because you've built armor after armor, wall after wall from a very young age, because your heart wasn't just broken by the last guy you went out with. Your heart was broken a long time ago when you didn't get loved the way you needed to from mum and dad. I don't care if you tell me you've got great parents, so do I. That doesn't mean I didn't have to go and heal a lot of stuff. So it's not just the last guy that you went out with. It's not the apps. It's not that you're not pretty enough or that you don't weigh the right amount. It's none of that. It's that you are not in a connected relationship with yourself, with your heart, with your truth. Then let's talk about your self-worth. You're busy reaching from the external world by getting the latest Chanel handbag, or, getting the latest eyelash extensions and doing all these things externally, bit of Botox, all these things to think that this is going to make you more worthy, because that means then you'll be able to get the guy, and it's none of that. Your little girl inside of you is so pissed off that it's never about her. She never feels like the priority, because you're so used to overgiving, overcompensating, taking care of everyone else. And then on top of all of this, you're keeping so busy, whether it's exercise, friends, even in the epidemic, like maybe you're just Zooming all the time. You are not taking a second to let yourself feel the magnitude of what is at stake if you do not solve these 30, 35, 40 years of conditioning. Some of you are 29. Great. So 29 years of conditioning. That's a lot of conditioning. You have given a lot of time and energy to those beliefs that are not serving you, because deep down you don't feel worthy of receiving love. Because if you did, you'd have no trouble in relationships and you'd be attracting in your soulmate yesterday. Because the law of attraction is all about energy, and what it speaks to is how you really feel on the inside. How do you really feel about yourself? How do you really feel about being able to receive love? And if you really believed that you were worthy and deserving, then you would be attracting in really high caliber men, full stop. But you're not. You're attracting in men that don't show up for you, men that don't commit to you, men that don't prioritize you. And then you go and put them on a pedestal and work overtime trying to keep the relationship going, because you feel deep down that you've got to work really hard to get loved. And that's what's been going on ever since you were a little girl. It's costing you a fortune. It's costing you your mental health. Many of you are riddled with anxiety. That's only going to get worse. Maybe you've had depression a long time ago. That will come up again for sure if you don't solve this. Because for those of you wanting to have a baby, eggs don't wait for you and they don't get better with maturity. Every day that you are sitting here not taking action, not getting serious about your life, not doing the work to heal the shadow self, to heal the little girl who feels wounded and abandoned and insecure and unworthy, it's deep. You're not letting it get messy. You're just trying to put a bow on top of a pile of shit. You haven't dealt with anything. You're trying to protect your parents. I've got a good family life. I'm fine. It's all fine. It's all good. No, it wasn't. Yes, there were some beautiful moments, but no, you inherited a lot of drama from your parents, negativity. There were very unhealthy paradigms going on. Many of you have parents that split, or it was toxic, or dad treated mum like shit, or mum was overbearing, or mum had a mental illness, mum was an alcoholic, dad was never home. There's all these different variables. They fought a lot, and this went into a deep cellular place within your being where love does not feel safe. Relationships don't feel safe. You don't trust men deep down. And this is why you, beautiful one, are single right now. But you've got to let it in. You've got to let it get messy. You've got to be able to cry and feel and allow the anger to come to the surface to go, I'm not fucking okay with this. Because if you don't know what the consequence is by not solving this now, then you're not going to do the deep work. You're not going to take the action. You're not going to get the right support. You're not going to invest in yourself because you've got some bullshit story that is that you're relying on hope or the universe to just suddenly bring you your guy. No, the universe is going to bring you the exact match with what you're vibrating with. And to make that simple, if you don't feel worthy, the universe is going to bring you a man that's going to reflect that back to you until you do something about it. I know for myself, I got to a place in my life where after doing the work cerebrally for years and years and years and not getting any closer to the soulmate, I got to a place where I knew, I'd already been told by doctors, you need to have babies now. You've got polycystic ovaries, like don't leave it too late. I was told that at 27. So I get to 35 and I'm freaking the fuck out because suddenly my consequence became very, very urgent. I let it affect me for the first time in my life. And I said, if I don't get this taken care of and sort myself out and stop with the false fucking positivity and the jazz hands, I will miss out on being a mother. And I am not willing to forfeit that. That to me felt like the end of the world, like heartbreaking, devastating, soul destroying. And I'm getting real on behalf of those of you that aren't. You're not willing to allow it in. You're not willing to let it affect you. So I'll just let myself feel it on behalf of the collective. It's really fucking devastating to be this casual with your dream, to be this flippant, this lazy. This is called denial. Until you're willing to get up close and personal with realizing what the fuck is at stake, you will not change your life, and you will be in this place this time next year, the year after that, all the way to 40. And if that's okay with you, then you're in the wrong community. Because I'm not here holding space for those of you that are just like, oh, well, if it happens, it happens. Wrong community. This is called Ignite Your Queen, your fucking amazing self. Step up and attract your soulmate. That's what this space is. I'm not here for wishy-washy. I'm not here for flippant, passive, none of that. I'm here to help those of you that are ready to rise, to step the fuck up and be the woman you're born to be. And that means dealing with yourself, dealing with your truth. Because if I didn't get serious about the consequence, what was on the line for me, living in New York City at 35, had a beautiful hawk flying around me, circling, hey, beautiful one, I would have missed out on being a mum the way that I wanted to be a mum. I don't want to go plan B and have a baby on my own. That was never an option for me. I wanted the soulmate who loved me unconditionally and was there to support me and do life with me and to be an amazing father to my child. That was my plan A. And that was something I was not willing to tolerate not having. And that is why I stepped up and continued down the path of doing whatever the fuck it was going to take to get the right support, to invest whatever I needed to invest to get my life. So I could make sense of the last 10 years of everything else I'd invested in. Because there was a lot of money going out and no return because I still hadn't got the right mentor. But I didn't give up. I was like, do you know what? I know I'm close. I just need to get that fucking superstar mentor that's going to be able to help me. Thank God I did, because now I am married to the love of my life and I'm about to become a mum for the second time. And I feel like a billionaire. I am a billionaire in my eyes, energetically, because I'm living the life that I'm consciously creating every day. I am living on purpose. I am serving, doing the work that I was born to do. And the only reason I'm teaching this work with you is because I have gone through a lot of trauma and pain and scarcity and not getting what I want. Hey, Sharon. And when I was able to transform and step up and to start attracting in those things that felt so out of reach for me, like I didn't think I was ever going to happen deep down. I could really talk myself out of it. I didn't think I was soulmate material. And then when I realized that I was settling internally and making all these excuses, I was like, fuck no. Shit's got to change right now, Lucy. Get the fuck out of your own way and do whatever it's going to take. And I did. And it took a lot of courage, a lot of commitment. But look at the payoff. I'm so fucking proud of myself for taking the path less traveled and doing whatever I had to do to heal my wounds, a lot of it down the mother line, heal the grief and the trauma from childhood with losing my dad, even though I thought I'd already done that 65,000 times. It was still there. The fear of abandonment, rejection, men not committing to me. It's because I wasn't committing to me. I wasn't in an intimate, sacred relationship with myself like you are not right now, because you are hiding behind false fucking positivity and it is killing your dream. So this is a massive wake-up call to say it's not going to magically happen for you. The law of attraction is that you attract who you are. So if you're closed off, even though you're all like, I'm Miss Positive over here, it's fucking irrelevant. You got to get real. You've got to feel. So I encourage many of you to go and let those tears out. Let the rage come out. Get fucking honest with yourself about what is at stake if you do not do something radical about your life right now, because there's nothing wrong with you. You can all attract in your soulmate and have whatever you want from this planet. But if you are not a vibrational match with the thing that you desire, if you don't feel worthy of actually receiving this soulmate love and worthy of holding on to it and worthy of having someone support you and love you, especially the parts of you that you have shame around, right? Because none of us are perfect. If you don't feel worthy of having that kind of love, you've got absolutely no chance of having it. So enough is enough of doing the bare minimum of acting like this is no big deal, of thinking that 2021 is going to just be the answer and maybe that's the year that everything falls into place. It's not going to. It's going to get harder for you. And your eggs and your biological clock, it's costing you every day that this is not solved. And if you do want to go down the plan B, that's an expensive path, not just on your bank account, but mentally. I know that's not what you want. So I suggest starting today that you actually don't just watch these videos and hang out in here and do the odd like. Get real about your life. Get real with the time you have right now. Take action. Stop limiting yourself and hiding behind your scarcity of, oh, well, I don't know if I can afford it. Oh, I don't know what's at stake. Yes, you fucking do. You're just in denial and you're blocking it. Get real. Get honest. Go fight for your dream. Go be the woman walking down the aisle by this time next year. But the only way that's going to happen is if you deal with your belief systems and your trust issues and your control freak isms and way of being. If you've got money issues, that speaks directly to the self-worth, or that you've inherited the scarcity down your family line. Everything is connected. This is such a much bigger conversation than you just attracting a soulmate. This is about you coming home to you, because you've actually been abandoning yourself for a very long time now. And you're just waiting for someone else to love you and to show up for you, and you're putting it all outside of you and putting the guy on the pedestal, and they're just taking your power and they leave you and they'll go and be with someone else because you are leaving yourself vulnerable, because you're trying to attract this in from the outside instead of going internally, healing yourself, turning your light on and attracting someone in from a place of wholeness. Okay? So that's my message. No more fucking false positivity. Stop being afraid to be negative. Okay? It's a fucking joke how many women on the planet, I'm talking billions of you, are hiding behind being this good person, meditating, listening to a few podcasts, all this shit. It's great that you're doing that, but that's not going to change your life. There's no accountability. There's no process. There's no sisterhood. There's no mentor guiding you strategically, getting your heart open. So stop playing small. It's fucking lame. Don't treat yourself like that. Value yourself enough to get the right support. You've got no problem doing university and getting resourceful for that. No problem buying a car or getting an apartment. You'll get resourceful for that. It's time you got real and got resourceful with yourself and got honest about what the fuck you're going to miss out on if you don't step up, because this is not going to solve itself, and what you're doing right now is not working. Otherwise, you would be in a beautiful soulmate relationship. It's quite simple. It's not some mystical thing, this soulmate relationship conversation. Many of you are like, I can't have that. It's not this complex, complicated thing to attract in. You've just got such a story about the fact that you don't deserve it that you just keep putting yourself on the outside and you're playing the understudy instead of the leading lady. Hello? So yeah, this is to smash through the positivity that you are putting on. Get it out. Allow yourself to feel. The only way you're going to heal is if you allow yourself to feel. I send people away and say, come back to me when you're ready to get serious about what is at stake. And those women always come back. One of them, Louisa, oh my God, she's amazing. She came to me 3 times. I kept sending her away. Come back to me when you're serious, darling, because she kept sort of laughing, and she just had so many coping mechanisms that she just wasn't allowing herself to feel. And by the 3rd call, she was like, you better be fucking sitting down for this, because I gone away, I did what you told me to, and I'm a lot more unhappy and depressed than I realized. And here's why I need this program. She did it. She's never looked back. She inspires the fuck out of me every day. It's like so many of my clients, right? Lauren, you're another one. Because she didn't give up. She took on the coaching and she realized, no, you're right, Lucy, I'm not letting it affect me. I'm numb. I'm blocked. That's how many of you are right now. So get fucking honest with yourself. Stop sitting back acting like it's done, irreparable, that you're not helpable, because it's bullshit. You're here in this community for a reason, listening to this conversation for a reason. From the universe's lips to yours. You matter, your dream matters, you can have it all, but you got to get the fuck out of your own way and cut out the false positivity. Capiche? Okay, I love you. I'm going to go. For those of you that are actually in this place where you're like really nodding your head going, I'm fucking ready because it's hurting and I know what's on the line and I don't want to be here in another few weeks, let alone a few months, let alone another year, then book a call with us and let's take care of this right away. Okay, because so many women are attracting in their soulmates right now during COVID, up-leveling their lives, up-leveling their bank accounts, their money story, all of it, because we heal their self-worth and the trauma and the wounds and the belief systems, and it's fucking amazing. Okay, so I can't wait to serve those of you that are ready. And if you're hearing me and you're like, yes, I'm that person that's really extra positive and I never ever, like I just do all the smiles and really underneath I'm really fucking depressed, then take this conversation to heart and go and cry it out and let it all come to the surface. Let the rage and the anger out and then we can chat. All right, I'm sending you so much love. You deserve the support, sister, and you deserve the best support and you've found it. Okay, this is about getting you an outcome. This is about putting you on a different path so you can be the woman you were born to be, because that's what you deserve, nothing less. And it really comes down to, do you value yourself enough to actually get this support? Mwah.